Hey there, LEGO fans. Welcome back. Alex here. In this video, we will be building and placing the newest LEGO modular, and here it is right here, the Boutique Hotel. This is set number 10297, contains 3,066 pieces, and retails for $200 US. Now, the Boutique Hotel is celebrating a milestone for the LEGO modular buildings, and that, of course, is 15 years since they started producing these modular buildings. Back in 2007, it was all started with this set right here, Cafe Corner. Now, back in 2007, this thing retailed for just $140. And how would it be to actually find one of these for that exact amount of price, no matter what condition it is, right? Now, I'm really hoping that one of these years, LEGO does this milestone of re-releasing the Cafe Corner Lego set. And even as somebody who's already got a couple of them, I would love to see this thing re-released. So maybe we'll see that in the future. But regardless, right now, we do have the Boutique Hotel, which looks like a pretty cool modular. I saw this in the window at the LEGO store as I was waiting to buy it, and I was surprised at how small it was. It does seem very small, and it surprised me because it has a piece count that is north of 3,000 pieces. This thing has 500 more pieces than Corner Garage, so I'm guessing this thing has a lot of very small pieces and hopefully a pretty well detailed interior. So as always, guys, what we're going to do is a time-lapse build, a quick review, and find a spot for it downstairs in the LEGO City. So let's go ahead and get started. And we are back, and here is the Boutique Hotel complete. It took Josh and I about 4 to 5 hours to get this thing finished from beginning to end. Let's go ahead and jump into this thing because there's a lot of great detail in this thing. First, we'll start with the instructions. As we open this thing up, we get some great information about the design itself and the designer, and also a really cool pic of all the designers that put all of these modulars together. 14 sections to get this thing all together from start to finish. And one thing that's really cool about this set, because it is a milestone LEGO set, is that there's a lot of references and Easter eggs to past modulars as well. The minifigures, of course, have their little story. They all have kind of a purpose with this Boutique Hotel, but there's a lot of items in this thing that are shout outs to previous modulars that they actually identify all throughout. So if this is something that you're going to be getting or is on its way to you, that's a nice extra treat that you get to look forward to. Now, before we get into the build, let's talk minifigures. You get 7 minifigs with the Boutique Hotel. Starting with our travelers, we have this young lady here who is a world traveler, but she is on a budget, so she's staying in the economy room. She has a reversible face, a happy face, and this face where she's just kind of soaking it all in. Next, we have this older lady who's, I guess, retired and can afford the nicer things in life now. She is in the nice master suite. She also has a reversible face and has these sunglasses that she sports as she's walking around the city. Next, we have the boutique operator. She's very excited to start her business in the city of Minneapolis. And then next, we have the bellhop and the receptionist. These two run the boutique hotel. And then we have another traveler. This guy, of course, is on business. He is an accountant and is here to do some auditing on Brickbank's books. And then last but not least, we have the coffee cart. Now this of course is a reference to the cafe corner set, so it's basically a mobile extension to that particular modular. So let's talk about the design of this thing. It is so very different than any other corner building we have ever seen. And the biggest difference that I'm going to point out here is this side of it right here. It's a corner building, so the other modular would be right here on this wall. Now, of course, if another modular is right here, it's going to hide this part right here, this detail, which is a really nice detail. So there's 5 studs here where it could actually go further out, but the designer chose not to. So it's a tough decision on where you're going to place this thing because you'd hate to hide this cool detail of this particular side. So in my opinion, this is not a corner modular, it's an end modular, so you don't hide either side of this thing. So that could come in handy for the type of city you're putting together, or it could just drive you crazy because, well, you're missing that detail hidden behind another modular. I do like that LEGO is incorporating more of these 2x2 jumper elements that allow us to position our minifigures without fear of them falling over. It also allows us to put them into positions that are a lot more interactive rather than the boring straight up and down standing there doing nothing look. So let's take a look at the interior of this thing. Again, with over 3,000 pieces and the relative smallness of this set, you expect there to be a lot of details inside, and that is definitely the case. As we look at the lobby of the boutique hotel, you notice there's a lot of fantastic tile work in here, very detailed, and I love how that looks. I will say though that I think there's a bit of a missed opportunity as far as how open and empty this area is. We just have the reception desk there, a couch, and of course the stairway up to the second level, which, by the way, the stairway looks fantastic and I think is the best feature of the main lobby here. I guess this open area does assist the bellhop in actually pushing that cart around, and I guess it's a nice parking spot for the cart to go underneath that stairway in the end, so maybe that's the intention of the designer. But all in all, a very good looking lobby area. Now, of course, on the other side, before we look at the boutique, let's look at this walk up to the bar area above the boutique, because I think this is really cool. I like the stairs, I like the snot build approach to this thing, and I love the wrought iron entryway here. I think there's a lot of good use of these black elements to make them look like a wrought iron throughout. And up top here, we have this very interesting looking palm tree. Now, I will be honest, the palm tree reminds me of my boys' hair when they first wake up in the morning because they've got bed head. And I can't look at this thing without thinking of that. But other than that, I love how this looks. Let's go ahead and take this thing off and look at the boutique underneath. A very cramped amount of space in here, not a lot of room to walk around. I think there's only really room for one customer to come in here. But in here, it is jam-packed full of cool artwork and, of course, references to other modulars as well. The second level has 2 rooms in it. These are the economy size rooms. First of which is this smaller square one where I'd imagine our world traveler would be staying. The other room has a very unique space, but it's effective nonetheless. This is where I'd imagine our accountant would be staying, though I don't think he would use the typewriter. He likely has a laptop. It's very interesting, or cute I should say, that LEGO uses these antiquated appliances in these modulars. I guess it gives it some fun little character, but a nice use of space. But I will say that I wish they had bathrooms for these rooms, and I think what happened here is the designer had to sacrifice space for the aesthetic, and in so doing sacrificed the ability to put in some bathrooms for these rooms. And finally, the top floor is the master suite. This place is really, really nice, and if you have the money, I'd strongly recommend getting this room if you can. A really nice big bed, really nice big furniture. Again, a very old appliance. This time it's a beast of a TV. I do like the fact that you have this little walkout here at the front. So not a lot of space, just enough space for one minifigure, but a nice little addition that they put in here. Now, you do get a full bathroom with this thing and a very fancy looking bathtub, though I will say that the spot that they put the toilet on is right next to that window with no blinds or shades, so yeah, be careful if you're going to the bathroom in that corner. One thing I don't like about this floor is the very small and dangerous amount of space that they have for the entryway. So if your bellhop is lugging up your luggage to this area and risking life and limb, make sure to give him a nice tip. And finally, we have the roof, which features this wrought iron railing using these snakehead elements. I do wish it went all the way around. It looks a little incomplete as it is, but I understand why. And we also have a really nice skylight, a very simple design. It used 4 of these cockpit elements to cover that up. And we can also get a hint at the cool approach that the designer had when he put these unique angles together. You see those hinges keeping it together just perfectly. I like how that looks. And that is a quick look and review at the new Modular, the boutique hotel. A very interesting looking building, not like any we've ever had, which I guess is a good thing. We don't want more of the same boring stuff, right? But this is definitely unique in a way that many people may like it or very much dislike it. Now, I will also say, because it's relatively shorter, at least it seems that way to me, that you could probably add another middle floor to this thing without it looking too crazy tall. And that, of course, gives you 2 extra rooms to your hotel. All right, guys, it's time to go ahead and take this thing downstairs. So we'll go ahead and place it in the city and see what it looks like next to all the other modulars. And here we are downstairs, and there is the boutique hotel taking its spot, some prime real estate in the downtown area of all these modulars. I gotta say, it's a good spot, and especially for the boutique owner. Look at that. That is facing the town square. She's gonna get all kinds of customers. She's gonna be expanding that very, very soon, I'm sure. So, you guys, I think it looks really good. I like the colors now. I think it gives it some good variety in the downtown area. I love how that water feature plays off the front of it. Looks really, really nice. And I think also we're using this not as so much as a corner building, but like I said before, an end building. So we're not hiding the features behind it there. So as we go through that alleyway, we can still enjoy some of the features of the back of the boutique hotel. And it's in very close quarters to the modular that started it all. Cafe corner right there behind it, I think is pretty cool, having those things so close together. Now, what I don't like about it is the fact that it's not super compatible being a next door neighbor to the Parisian restaurant. I don't know, what I don't like is how far back it is in comparison to the boutique hotel. That's just kind of a big gap. So I like Parisian restaurant there, but I don't think it's a good neighbor for the hotel. So let me know what you guys think, if there's any other modulars that you feel would look good right next to it. I'd be open to some suggestions there. But in any case, a great looking modular. I think it's the unique design does play out very well, especially for my situation here, which is having it right there almost by itself. Yeah, so I think mission accomplished with this thing. A very great modular. It's not my favorite. I'm going to do a ranking video of where this thing would probably fall as far as my overall rank of all of the modulars, which I think some are actually over here too in the residential area. All right, guys, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you guys think of the latest modular, the boutique hotel, and what you hope to see from the LEGO Group come next year. Until then, you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.